Hey, what's happening, guys? You know what time it is. I am back with another workout video. This video is going to move pretty quickly, so I want to jump right into what I was doing on this first exercise. Started with bench press. I did 8 sets of 8 reps with 30 seconds rest in between sets. It's a style of training that Vince Garanda, way back in the day, actually had his bodybuilders do, and it was a killer. It really lit my pecs up quite a bit, which is what I'm looking for on the bench press, because typically I feel my triceps work a lot more than I do my pecs on bench press. So I started with an 8x8 on the barbell bench press, and then I moved to an 8x8 on the dumbbell bench press with the same 30 seconds rest. So handling a weight you can do for something between 60 to 70% of your max. And then that 30 seconds comes really quickly. So I did that for the first 2 exercises on chest, and then after that I followed a more standard set and rep scheme. So you saw the dumbbell incline press. I did 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps there. And then right here I did bodyweight dips. I did 3 sets, 15, 14, 13 reps. And then this one right here is a rest pause set where I did 12 or 13 reps, then 6 reps, then 5 reps, and then 4 reps with about 10 to a max of 15-second rest. After that, I moved on to a mid cable fly, trying to fall in the rep range of 15 to 20 reps here. I was very happy with this today. Typically, I'm more fatigued in my chest and my shoulders as I get to the fly portion of the workout, but seeing as I did 3 presses and then some dips, I actually had a little bit more pop today on the flies, which felt really good. So I was able to actually contract my chest a little better, and I didn't feel like my biceps were taking over quite as much as they usually do. So I shot from both the right side and the left side here, just to give you guys a different vantage point. And one thing I'm trying to do with these two is I'm trying not to get a full stretch where it puts a lot of pressure on the front of my shoulder. I'm only coming back until my hands are just slightly behind my body, and then trying to drive my elbows together as best I can, and I try to reach as far forward as I can and try to make my elbows as straight as I can at the end. Of course, when I get tired, my elbows tend to bend a little bit. But I felt really good about the flies. So moving on to the back portion. Once again, the first 2 back exercises I did an 8x8. So right here I did 8 sets of 8 reps pull-ups with 30 seconds rest. I think max of 45 seconds. This last set I did 10 reps. I actually had a guy in the gym film me really quickly, which I don't usually ask for, but he was nice and shot some film for me, no problem, which was cool. After that, I did an 8x8 with 30-second rest on the seated cable row. I used the typical V-bar handle for this, and I was pulling to my belly button. And these felt really easy. Usually I strap up for these, but usually it's the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th exercise I do on back day, and today it happened to be 2nd, so I had more energy and the weights felt lighter, so I didn't even strap up, which typically I do. After that, I moved on to a lat pull down. I put 2 single handles on and actually went through full rotation. So down at the bottom, I felt my biceps contracting a little harder as I supinated my wrists, really driving my elbows right into my lats. I pyramided up. I did 15, 12, and then a 10 rep set, which you guys saw right there. And then I brought the weight back down. I think I did like 12 or 15 reps on this set, and then 20 reps on the last set, which you guys will see. You can see I'm slightly leaning back with each rep, really looking for the full stretch at the top, and then leaning back and trying to drive my elbows all the way through the ground. That's what I think of every single time I do lat pull downs, and I really like to back the weight down, because as I do that, I can actually feel my whole back engage even more. The heavier you go, the harder it is for you to actually get your shoulder blades to rotate down and actually feel your back squeeze together. I don't think everything has to be picture perfect all the time, and that you have to feel everything, every inch of the movement, but it is refreshing when you can back the weight down and actually really feel the full motion happening and feel like you're actually working your back. So you can see right there, that was the 20 rep set. After that, I moved on to a chest supported row with a pronated grip, and I'm pulling to my chest level here with my elbows flared out at 45 degrees. This is going to hit more of your upper back, build some of the thickness through your upper back right here, rather than being so lat intensive. So always make sure you guys do this You're typically going to be a little weaker in that position, but you will get stronger over time. You just need to practice it and make it a priority. Try to, slam it with 3 to 4 sets, maybe even 1 to 2 exercises that actually use that same grip position. I've mentioned this a million times, but I really like to do chest supported rows later in the workout as my lower back is fatigued. So with this session, my lower back wasn't taxed as much because I didn't do any deadlifts, I didn't do any barbell rows, T-bar rows. But like I said, it still stands that I will do chest supported rows later in a workout to continue to work on my upper back, but also give my lower back a little break. And then right here, one of my favorite shrug machines. I like it because the handles are neutral, so they're by your sides and you can actually get a nice squeeze up at the top without the, the barbell typically, well, obviously is in front of you, and so your shoulders are sort of rounded forward a little bit. And this takes pressure off my lower back as well. I find with the barbell in front of me, I get a little bit of lower back tightness. With this, since the weight is more centered like right directly in the middle of me, I don't get that same lower back tightness. So really trying to squeeze up the top, try to get as high as you can towards your ears, then get a full stretch on the way down. Let your shoulder blades depress all the way down at the bottom, and then once again come up and squeeze right towards your ears. And with the shrug, you're going to be able to handle a little bit more weight, so make sure if you do have straps, strap up so you can take some of the tension off your biceps and really be able to focus on pulling your shoulders up with your upper traps. Just a few more exercises here. Cable straight arm pull downs. Worked my way from 15, 12, 12 rep, and then I did a 20 rep burnout for the last set. Once again, just a slight arch in your lower back. Make sure you get a full stretch so the cable is actually coming up over your head, and then you drive the cable down to your hips. And I've been experimenting, especially on the heavier sets, not driving the bar all the way to my hips, but driving until my whole arm is perpendicular to the ground, and it worked really well. So I'll continue to do that with the heavier weight, and then with the lighter weight right here, I'm gonna pull all the way until the bar is into my waist. And typically I feel this, equally kind of in my triceps and my lats, but today I actually felt my lats working quite a bit, which I attribute to the fact that I didn't do as much volume for my lats before, so they weren't as fatigued, and that made the triceps not have to come in and work quite as hard in place of the lats. And then I did have some footage from a chest and back workout that was, 5 days ago. But none of it was really all that interesting to me except for the dumbbell rows right here. I did sets of 15. You can see I get a really nice big stretch at the bottom. And then try not to over rotate your body, and then just really drive your shoulder up towards the ceiling. So nothing too special here. But once again, trying to hit the back from as many angles as you can. I really like to switch it up. So every other back workout, I pick a heavy row, pull downs, chest supported rows, pullovers of some sort, unilateral rows, and variety is key with the back. Not only because it targets different areas, but also there's just going to be certain exercises that jive with you better. So it's important to keep experimenting with handles and different machines and different bars and different hand placements. So after that, final exercise for the video is going to be a dumbbell pullover. Elbow is going to slightly bend as I'm coming to the floor. I lightly tap the floor just for a full range of motion, and you should feel like the more sets you do, the more your shoulders loosen up, so you're able to come back over the top and then pull right into the dumbbells to your upper chest. So that's about all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be shooting video. So I hope you guys are enjoying. Make sure to like the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to get to 200 subscribers here pretty shortly, guys. Okay? Until next time, guys, I am out. Take care.